Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to your channeled inspiration and oracle guidance for the week of November 8th. So happy to be able to be here with you again this week. Every week, for those of you who are new to the channel, please make sure you go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. And if you're watching this live on Facebook, thank you for joining. So every week I sit down and meditate, and I channel a inspirational message for you. And then we pick 3 cards and get an oracle guidance from the oracle decks. This week we're using Oracle of the 7 energies. This is the deck that we'll be using from Colette Baron-Reid. And what I do is after I share the channeled inspiration, I draw 3 cards and I give you information for the week that helps you to respond to life versus reacting to life. So it gives you a little information, like a little more awareness that you wouldn't normally have if you didn't have this information today. Now, if you're watching the replay, these messages are meant for you as well. So the channeled inspiration that I received this week was for you to take one inspired action every day that gets you closer to what's most important to you. So if you don't know what your goals are or what's most important to you, then maybe that's your first step. Maybe that every day that you sit quietly and you meditate and you just ask yourself, what is it that I want in my life? What makes my heart sing? What makes my heart feel joyful? You can ask yourself these questions, so where you too can also find some of that inspiration for you to take steps. So once you realize what's really your most important for you, each day you're being encouraged to take an inspired step to get closer to that. So that means just take one little step to get closer to what you really want to do or want to be in your life or you want in your life, because that could be anything. It could be material, it could be emotional, it could be a job, it could be where you live. Whatever it is, you get to take one inspired action every day that gets you closer to what you want in your life. So that was your channeled inspiration this week. I hope that's helpful for you, and I would love to hear from you. So if you're here, please just go ahead and say hello in the chat so I can see who's here watching live. And if you're not watching live, you can just say hello in the chat anyways, and I'll respond to you then. So please show us what we need, or you want us to know through these cards for the week of November 8th. And if you're watching this at another time, know that you're meant to watch this. You're meant to receive something from the messages that are in it. So it's okay to watch it at a later date as well. Something just popped out. And so if you're interested in joining my group, I've got a Sacred Connections group called that's on my website at KathleenL.com as we're shuffling. There we go. Body and soul. Oops, and that one just flew out. So we are going to use that one. Sacred Reverence. Okay, so this week we have Exposed and Revealed, number 21. The second is Body and Soul, number 5, and number 47, Sacred Reverence. So for this week, for you that are watching, it feels like it's seeing through another lens this week. It's actually, which makes sense because if you're taking inspired action toward your goal or toward what you want in your life, it's really being able to see through another lens. So it's almost like using your third eye this week and allowing yourself to see what the infinite possibilities are. Be curious about the events in your life, like this really loud car that I'm sure you just heard go by. when you're curious about the events in your life that are happening, and you think about the infinite possibilities, like what are the possibilities that can come from this, then you're able to see from a broader perspective. You have a bigger view than just what your physical eyes see. And so actually even lift yourself out of the present moment and try to just from a higher perspective, look down on the situation and this week and see, is there information that I may be missing? Please give me the information. And you'll be able to see this week from a different perspective. So it's something's being revealed this week. And your body and soul are connected. That's what I'm sensing that's coming through this week, with as you're in your body and you're working through the day and the week and you're just in your busyness of life. Remember that is just a human moving through life and surviving, that there's more to life. And that's what that goes back to, the exposed and revealed. If we remember that we're actually soul beings that are on this earth that are meant to do more than what we realize, then we are able to know that we are a soul and a body, so we can continue to take inspired actions as humans and be guided by our soul, our higher self. So this week, really, you may be getting messages. What I'm hearing is like, you may see something that you wouldn't normally see. You may be hearing something that you might be getting messages this week. And it ends with the sacred reverence. Like, this is, for me, it feels, and I got chills right now, so I'm going to just say it feels like this one is your hand and the other is the divine. It's your higher self. It's the connection of the soul with your body, and that you have the key to the success. If you choose to ignore some of the messages that you're receiving, then you're not going to get, you're not going to be able to see. So this week, this is a week for you. And again, this is added information for you to be able to respond to life, is that this is a week that for you is to be open and be curious about the events that are happening. And if it feels negative to you, then maybe there's additional information that you're being taught, like, okay, what is it that I need to learn from this? What is it that that is available to me through this difficult situation? And if something amazing is happening, listen, hear, see, know, receive the messages from the divine. Know that you have the ability to, so if you're thinking something, what just came through is like, if you're thinking something, then someone has already, like, that is already done. Like, if you have something in mind for your life, then that is already done. Now you just get to reprogram your body by listening to your soul, and allow yourself to take inspired action this week. Just take inspired action every single day toward what feels right to you in your heart, not in your head. If it's not logical, sometimes we tend to push it aside because, well, that's not what society thinks that we need to do or be, and I can't do that. But that's simply not true. If it warms your heart, if it brings joy to you, if it's something that you've been desiring for a long time, start to take inspired action that by connecting to your higher self, by listening to the messages that you're seeing beyond your physical eyes, and by connecting your soul's purpose with your physical presence here on earth. So I hope that you found these messages helpful. I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week on Monday. Take care.